All right, this is 7-4 notes, scientific notation. So you can read through all this stuff if you need to. There's two examples up here. I'm going to go ahead and start down here with example number 1. So for these, what we're going to do is express each number into scientific notation format. So I'm going to put the decimal right here. I'm going to count to the very end. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my answer here is going to be 5.1 times 10. Okay, and put here in green because that's how many times 1 over to the 6th power. When you go to the right, it's positive. When you go to the left, it's negative. So if you want to write that down somewhere, just to do like maybe smaller. Let's see. Let me put it somewhere over here. We'll write up here. Okay, so when you move your decimal this direction, your exponent is going to be positive. Positive. This thing is squeaky. Okay, and then when you move it to the left, your exponent is going to be negative. Let's see if I can do this other one. So it's going to be negative. There we go. This one's not so squeaky. Okay, negative. All right, so let's look at number 2. So number 2, I'm going to put my decimal right after that first number. So my decimal will go right here. Then I'm going to move this over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my answer here is 8.03 times 10 to the, and I forgot, was it 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. So 10 to the 10th power. Alright, number 3. Here's I'm going to put my decimal right behind the first number, so right behind the 1. So let me just go ahead and write this out because I'm going to forget. So I have 1.425 times 10 to the, and I'm going to count all the way to the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's my baby crying, but it's okay because Daddy's taking care of her. All right, here we go. Number 4. Number 4, I'm going to move my decimal in between the 4 and the 9. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over 1, 2, 3 times. So my answer is 4.9 times 10. Now again, since we moved it to the right, it is going to be a negative. So this is a negative 3. Okay, number 5. So my decimal goes right here between the 3 and the 0. So I can move my decimal over 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So my answer here is 3.01 times 10 to the, and again it's negative, and we bunny hopped 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay, and then number 6. So number 6, I'm going to go ahead and put my decimal in between the 5 and the 1. And I'm going to go ahead and count how many bunny hops I do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 5.19 times 10 to the, and again, the number up here is how many bunny hops we did, and we did 8 of them, and it's negative because we went to the right. All right. Next little section that we're going to do. Okay, this is doing it, writing it from scientific notation in standard form. So standard form is just whenever there's numbers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my dot, my decimal, highlight it, so it's right here between the 4 and the 9. And this, since it's positive, I know my number's going to be big. It says move it over 4 times, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know there's zeros right here. So I'm going to rewrite my number. 49100. So that's 49,100. Okay. All right, here we go. We'll move on to the next one. Number 8. So I'm going to highlight where my decimal is, which is right here between the 3 and the 2. Okay, since this is a negative 5, I got to go to the left because it's a smaller number, and I got to bunny hop 5 times. So 1, well, I did not mean to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 4 zeros in there. So my number is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, there's a decimal up here. 3 and 2. Okay, so next one. Okay, so again, I'm going to put my decimal right here between the 6 and the 0. And then I'm going to go ahead. This means I have a bigger number. I need to do my bunny hops 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And every single little like U shape in there, little bunny hop, we put a 0. So my number here for this one will be 6, 0, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So big number here, 603 million. And again, you can always rewind this, go back if you need to, pause it, okay, if I go too fast. Alright, so here we're going to put a decimal, okay, because it is negative, that tells me it's going to be a small number, so I know it's going to have to go to the left. So I'm going to go 6 times, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so there's my decimal. These are all zeros. So my final answer here will be point. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, 2, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Number 11. Again, I'm going to highlight where my decimal is, which is right here behind the 1. Since I have a positive exponent, I know I'm going to the right because it's going to be a big number, and I got to do this 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to fill those in with zeros. And I'm going to rewrite this. So big number here, we have 1, 0, 0, 0, 2, 4, and then all these zeros up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really big number. So there's a comma, and a comma. So it looks like 10 billion. Alright, last one like this. So again, if there's no decimal, it goes right behind your whole number. So my decimal's right here. Okay, this tells me that I gotta go, it's gonna be a big number because it's positive, and I have to go to the right 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna fill those in with zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna rewrite my answer here. So I have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Okay, so that's how you do those problems. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the next little section down here. So again, there's 2 examples if you need to, more examples or written out how to do all of them. Here, I'm only going to do 2 of them. I'm going to do number 1 and I'll do number 3. Okay, so number 1, there's 2 ways, or not 2 ways, there's 2 things you have to do. One, you look at your whole numbers out here. So you have 3.4 and you have 5. So that's the first part. 3.4 times 5. Okay, that's the first thing we're going to do. And actually what I'm going to do, let me erase this times. I don't want you to get confused. I'll just put a little dot. We got to multiply those 2. Okay, and then what we have to do is we have to say times 10. Okay, and now we're going to look at our little exponents up here. And this is why you had to know about all the exponent rules. Whenever you multiply, you add. So this is 3 plus 4. Okay, so we're going to do 3.4 times 5, and that gives us 17 times 10. 3 plus 4 is 7. Okay, and for this one, they want to only have one number in front of the decimal. So right now, your decimal is right here behind the 17. You have to move it over 1. Okay, and so whenever you do that, we're going to have 1.7 times. Now here is where we're going to have to pay attention. So whenever we went to the left, okay, so I'm going to move back up here to the top. Whenever you were going to the left, okay, so for like this one, you had a minus sign up here. So what we're going to do for this one is we are going to, let me zoom back in, we're going to subtract 1 from this exponent. So you end up with times 10. 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay. Alright. And then number 3. So what we have to do here with number 3 is we have to distribute this 2 here and here. So what you end up getting is you'll have 1.2 squared, and then we're going to have times 10. Remember, power to power you multiply, so negative 4 times 2. So 1.2 squared, and that's going to give us 1.44 times 10 to the negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. And again, there's only one number in front of the decimal, so this is an okay answer. All right, and so number 2 is just like 1, 4 is just like 3. So I'll do 2 more. I'll do number 5 and number 8. So number 5, we're going to go ahead and divide. Let me write this out first. So let me zoom in actually. So you have 4.9 divided by 2.5. Okay, and we're going to do this times 10. You have a negative 3. Now remember, when dividing, you subtract your exponent. So minus and negative 4. Remember, minus and a negative become a positive. So I have 4.9. So 4.9 divided by 2.5. So 2.5 is equal to 1.96. So my final answer here would be 1.96 times 10 to the negative 3 plus 4 is just 1. And yes, for this on your homework, leave it to the power of 1. Alright, and the last one I'll do like this. I'll do number 8. Okay, so again, same thing. We have 8.1 divided by 2.7. And then we have times 10. When you have your exponents, you subtract them. So 5 minus 4. So 8.1 divided by 2.7. So divided by 2.7. And that gives us 3. So we have my final answer here is going to be 3 times 10. 5 minus 1 is 1, so times 10 to the power of 1. And you can leave it as that. All right, so again, number 6 is the exact same thing as 8, and 7 is the exact same thing as number 5. Okay, so if you need any help, the key is posted in Schoology, and hopefully this video helps you out.